If you've got a weak core or you're just starting out in the fitness world, then this video is perfect for you. What I want to do today is go through the 4 movements that the core can do, show you some simple entry-level exercises that you can progress week by week, and at the end of the video I will show you a set program that you can use to refer back to with those 4 movements, with the progression each week and a safe progression so that you know you can get stronger in time, nice and slowly, not pushing it too much. The 4 movements that the core can do is flexion, extension, side bend, and rotation. So once you know those 4 exercises that you can do, it makes it much easier for you to introduce exercises for the core that will build strength. So the 4 exercises that will help to build strength as you're a beginner will firstly be the plank. So the plank is basically coming down onto your elbows with your elbows at 90 degrees, tucking under the sacrum so you can squeeze the abdominals and pushing the legs up straight. Now, as that is a beginner level exercise, we want to be able to tailor it to what your current strength is. So if you find that you're coming down into the standard elbow plank and straightening out and it's too much strain on the body, what you can do is start by going onto your knees to start with. If that's too easy, you can then pulse up and drop the knees down. Find something in that variation that you can work with that challenges you but is still within your comfort zone of strengthening the body. The second movement for the core will be the side bend. So an exercise that is really good for resisting against the side bend of the core is a side plank. There's a few variations of this. The most strength that you can get in a side plank is from a completely straight body, but an adapted variation of this is bending the knees to 90 degrees and pulsing up the hips in the same variation. This movement is easier because the pivot point starts further towards the shoulders. The straight leg variation is harder and puts more strain on the side of the core. But again, much like the plank, find the variation that makes it feel easier for you, and you can work up gradually in time. And if you start with the bent leg, the easier variation, you can then, as time goes through and you feel stronger, put some more resistance in the core. The third movement for the core is extension through the back. Now, people often think that the core is just situated along the front, but actually the core is everything that surrounds and supports the spine. So extension is lying on your front, down into this position. We want to squeeze the glutes, squeeze your bum as tight as possible, lift the knees off the floor, have your hands out in front, and just imagine someone's pulling you up from the middle of your back with a piece of string, just by a few inches. Hold that position there, and again, start at a point of hold, so 5 or 10 seconds, point where you feel everything engaging, but you're not having to counterbalance and use muscles that feel wrong. If you're having to squeeze and shake too much, then you're probably holding it for too long. The last movement is rotation through the spine. So if you come onto your back, lie completely flat down, hands down by your side, knees up at 90 degrees, and we're just going to slowly let the knees rock out to the point where you feel the core being tested, and squeeze the core to bring back up, trying to resist pushing down with your hands into the floor. And to increase the resistance for this one, you just straighten the legs. That puts more weight as you come over and test the core with its resistance even more. So much like the other ones, to increase the resistance, do it to a point where you feel it's really testing you, but it's not past your comfort zone. There's 4 exercises that will help to strengthen your core in all of the ranges that it can possibly do. As you're a beginner or just starting to rebuild your strength, maybe after an injury, really important to remember that you want to start well within your comfort zones. At the end of this video, what I'll do is I'll post up some good progression ideas to increase repetitions or time held, and I'll make it so it's 6 to 8 weeks in length for a program, so you can follow it over the 6 to 8 weeks and know that you're progressing each week. And then once you get to the end of the program, I will have made an intermediate core strength that you can go on and follow again.